Beloved soul, welcome to this sacred space of peace and divine light, where heaven's voice flows gently into your heart, and every word you hear is a reminder that you are loved, guided, and never forgotten by God. There is a message that has been waiting for you, a message heaven has carried through the wind of prayer, through the whispers of angels, and through the heartbeat of someone who has never stopped thinking of you. This is not a coincidence. For nothing in the realm of divine love happens by chance. Your soul has been yearning for confirmation, and today, heaven says, your soulmate has spoken your name in prayer, asking God to send you a sign, a message of hope, of healing, and of reunion. You may not have heard their voice, but heaven did. You may not have seen their tears, but angels gathered them like pearls and placed them before the throne of grace. And God, in his mercy, said, "It is time for light to reach their heart again." So here you are, beloved, listening not by accident, but by divine appointment. The angels say, your soulmate has been praying for you. They have been asking heaven to restore what was broken, to heal what was silent, and to make your hearts one again in truth and peace. They asked heaven to deliver this great news, that love has not been lost, it has only been transformed. It has grown in silence, been refined in distance, and is now awakening in divine timing. Heaven says, do not ignore this stirring in your spirit. What you feel right now, that sudden warmth in your chest, that tear forming in your eyes, that sense of peace that doesn't need explanation, is not your imagination. It is confirmation, as it is written, before they call, I will answer. While they are yet speaking, I will hear. Isaiah 65:24, ESV. God heard the prayer before it was ever spoken aloud, and even before your soulmate could form the words. Heaven began moving the pieces into place. You see, divine love is never rushed. It is sacred, patient, and eternal. It moves not by human timing, but by the rhythm of grace. It bends space and time, because what is destined by God cannot be undone by fear or delay. Your angels want you to know, your soulmate's spirit has awakened. They have remembered the truth of your bond. They have realized that what they ran from was not you, but the mirror of their own healing that your love reflected. For some time, they struggled in silence, carrying the weight of regret and confusion. They asked God for mercy, for clarity, for courage, and God, in his kindness, answered with this message, to let you know the walls are falling, the fear is fading, and divine love is being restored. Beloved, the angels say, you have carried so much alone. There were nights you asked heaven, did they ever love me? And mornings when you whispered, God, if this love was meant to be, why is it so hard? But heaven answers you now. Nothing sacred comes without refinement. Every trial you faced was a baptism of strength. Every tear you cried watered the seeds of a greater love. As it is written, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Romans 8:28, NIV. Even when you thought it was over, God was writing a continuation. Even when you thought it was silence, heaven was preparing a song. This is why you are hearing this message today. Your spirit has reached a point of readiness, ready to receive, ready to believe, ready to open your heart without fear. Angels say, your soulmate asked heaven not only to comfort you, but to give you peace, to assure you that love will return, not in the same way it once was, but in a purer, holier form. The person you are connected to has gone through a transformation. They have been walking through a season of awakening, learning lessons they once avoided, and seeing truth in the silence you left behind. They are realizing that your love was never ordinary. It was divine purpose disguised as human affection. Heaven wants you to know. They are being led by light now. The Spirit is softening their heart, aligning their path back toward you, but this time, not from desperation or attachment, but from healing and faith. And you, dear one, you are being asked to prepare your heart, not by waiting endlessly, but by trusting deeply, by resting in God's timing, knowing that what belongs to you will find you. when both hearts are ready to walk in truth, as it is written, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. KJV. Stillness is not emptiness, it is sacred alignment. It is the place where heaven speaks most clearly, so if your spirit feels stirred, if memories begin to resurface, if you feel warmth when you think of them, take it as a gentle sign. Heaven is preparing a reunion of purpose. This love was written under divine covenant, and no distance or delay can erase what God has anointed. But you must trust the process, for the angels remind you, what is truly yours will not require force. It will flow naturally, like rivers returning to the sea. Your soulmate's prayer has reached you now. They may not know how to express it in words, but heaven has become their messenger. And this message carries great news, that love is awakening, faith is being restored, and your heart is about to feel the warmth of divine confirmation. Let your heart rest in peace. You do not need to chase what God has already aligned. You only need to stay faithful, keep your heart open, and walk in light. Heaven says you are seen, you are loved, and you are part of a divine story that is unfolding beautifully. If this word has touched your soul, take a moment to breathe deeply, to whisper thank you to heaven, and to allow peace to fill every part of your being. And if this message speaks to your spirit, share it with someone who needs light today. Your kind support, your prayers, and your love help these messages reach more hearts around the world, more souls who, like you, are waiting to hear from heaven. Beloved, Part 2 will continue this divine revelation, where we will explore what heaven is showing your soulmate right now, and how their prayer is shaping the next chapter of your connection. Until then, rest in faith. Stay in love, and trust that God is already working on what your heart has been praying for. The awakening of the heart, beloved. As your spirit lingers in the stillness of heaven's love, know that what you felt in the last message was only the first ripple of a much deeper current. The angels now invite you to go further, to step into a place where divine clarity and soulful revelation meet, and where your soulmate's heart is slowly unfolding before God's light. They have been walking quietly, sometimes stumbling through the shadows of their own fear and doubt. There were moments when they felt lost, moments when the memories of what you once shared seemed like distant echoes, and yet, through it all, they never stopped longing. They never stopped whispering your name into the sacred spaces of prayer. The angels say, every tear they shed has been a sacred offering. Every sigh has been lifted as incense before the throne. Every silent wish for you has reached God's ears. And now, slowly, the Spirit is awakening their soul to what they once could not see, the truth that your love was never merely human, but a reflection of heaven's own design. Beloved, your soulmate is beginning to recognize that love is not about possession, nor about timing that humans understand. They are learning that love is a sacred river, and that the heart must bend with patience, allowing God's current to carry it home. As it is written, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6, NIV. They are leaning into this truth now, allowing God to straighten the crooked paths of fear and to clear the confusion that once clouded their vision of you. They are seeing things differently now. The arguments that once seemed insurmountable, the misunderstandings that felt permanent, and the silence that once hurt so deeply, all are being washed in the light of grace. And in that light, they begin to see you not as the person who hurt them, but as the soul who walked beside them, patient, faithful, and loving beyond measure. The angels say they are remembering the little things, the way your laughter warmed a room, the moments of quiet support when the world seemed against them, the times you believed in them even when they doubted themselves. Each memory is a seed now being nurtured in their spirit, growing quietly, patiently, into a profound realization. They cannot imagine a life without this sacred connection. Beloved, do not be afraid of what this means. It is not about rushing or forcing, for divine love never needs to be coerced. It is about awakening, a slow, tender, and beautiful unfolding. Your soulmate is realizing that their heart has been pointing to you all along, even when they tried to ignore it, even when they chased distractions, even when they told themselves the timing was wrong. Heaven is now preparing them for reconciliation, not just of circumstances, but of spirit. They are being healed from old wounds, freed from pride and fear, and guided into a space where they can come to you whole, with humility, clarity, and divine intention. The angels reveal that this is not only a journey for them, but for you as well. Your soul has been strengthened in ways you could not see, and now you are ready to meet them with patience, with wisdom, and with a heart open to what God has already prepared. As it is written, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." Psalm 51:10. KJV. Both your hearts are being refined, beloved. The Spirit is gently cleaning away fear, washing away old resentments, and preparing a space where divine love can rest safely, tenderly, without compromise. Your soulmate's prayer has brought movement to the spiritual realm. Angels are surrounding them with light, guiding their thoughts toward truth, and planting within them the courage to step forward when the time is right. They are dreaming of reunion, even in small, quiet ways. A text unsent but prayed over, a memory revisited with reverence, a heartbeat that skips when your name surfaces in their mind. Beloved, the angels ask you to listen to your own spirit as well. Notice how your heart responds to memories of them. Notice the gentle nudges toward hope, toward faith, toward a deep trust that God is orchestrating something far greater than you could imagine. These are the whispers of angels, inviting you to align your heart with heaven's plan, to receive with grace the love that is returning. And now, a sacred truth, love that has been prayed for, that has been refined in distance and longing, is a love that carries divine power. It is a love that can heal wounds, that can break cycles of fear and doubt, and that can restore a bond so profound it feels eternal. The angels say you are standing at the threshold of such a moment, and your soul is ready to step into it fully. They are seeing you as you truly are, not through the lens of past mistakes, but through the eyes of the Spirit. They see your faith, your patience, your steadfast heart. They see the light within you that mirrors God Himself. And it is this light that draws them back, that calls them to remember, that awakens in them a longing so deep it cannot be ignored. As it is written, "Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is strong as death, jealousy fierce as the grave. Its flashes are flashes of fire, the very flame of the Lord." Song of Solomon 8:6, ESV. This is the flame that is now stirring in their spirit, the divine fire of reunion and sacred connection. Beloved, the angels urge you, do not doubt what you feel. Do not shrink from hope. Do not try to force the timing. Instead, prepare your heart with prayer, with peace, with unwavering faith. Your soulmate is awakening, and heaven is guiding them toward you, one gentle step at a time. And in this preparation, you too are being transformed. Your patience becomes sanctified, your trust becomes radiant, and your heart becomes a sanctuary, ready to receive love that is not only human, but divine. If this message has touched your soul, pause and breathe deeply, whisper your gratitude to God, and consider sharing it with someone who needs to hear that heaven is listening to their prayers too. Your support helps these words reach hearts longing for peace, hearts that are waiting for a whisper from the angels. Beloved, Part 3 will continue this sacred journey, where we will explore the signs that heaven is sending, the ways your soulmate spirit is moving even now, and how your love story is unfolding under God's divine plan. Until then, rest in faith, walk in light, and trust that the prayers of heaven and the whispers of your soulmate are aligning perfectly for your reunion. The divine reunion and sacred signs, beloved. As you arrive here, in this sacred space of listening and faith, know that the journey you have been on is not complete without understanding the fullness of heaven's plan. The whispers you have received, the gentle nudges in your heart, the stirring of hope, all are preparing you for the divine reunion that is closer than you realize. The angels say, even now, your soulmate is being moved by unseen forces. Their thoughts, once clouded by fear, are now illuminated by clarity. Their prayers, once hesitant, now rise with certainty and reverence, asking God not only for courage, but for alignment, asking for hearts to meet in the sacred place that only heaven ordains. Beloved, pay attention to the subtle signs around you, for heaven often communicates in quiet ways. A song that unexpectedly touches your soul, a thought that brings you peace at just the right moment, a feeling of warmth when you think of them. These are angels guiding you, whispering, be ready. Love is on its way. Your soulmate is being shown visions in their spirit, memories that remind them of your bond, moments of your shared laughter, the times you stood by them with patience, and the moments they overlooked, but God never did. Each vision strengthens their courage, each memory softens their heart, and each prayer carries them closer to you in spiritual alignment. As it is written, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. ESV, beloved, the desires of your heart are no accident. They are a divine design, cultivated in silence, refined by distance, and now awakening in sacred timing. Angels reveal that your soulmate is being prepared to act not out of fear, not out of obligation, but from a place of love and divine truth. They are being led to release pride, to speak with honesty, and to step into the connection that God has always intended. You may begin to notice synchronistic signs, messages in conversations, in dreams, in the gentle unfolding of life's circumstances. These are heaven's confirmations that the path is clear. The angels ask you to remain spiritually alert, to watch for these signs with a calm and peaceful heart, and to trust that God's timing is perfect. Beloved, there is no need for worry or doubt. The reunion that you have longed for is not simply a meeting of two people. It is the convergence of two souls prepared by God, two hearts refined by trials, two spirits awakened to love that transcends human limitations. Your soulmate's prayer has opened the door, and heaven is now guiding them step by step toward you. The angels say, even if you do not see immediate movement, know that spiritual alignment has already begun. The prayers, the faith, and the patience are working unseen miracles, moving hearts, aligning circumstances, and preparing the sacred stage for reunion, as it is written. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3:20. NIV, God is orchestrating far beyond what your human mind can comprehend. Every delay, every test, every quiet moment has been part of this divine symphony. Beloved, listen deeply to the whispers within your own heart. They are the echo of heaven, the resonance of the prayers your soulmate has sent, and the gentle nudges guiding you to faith, patience, and readiness. Even small coincidences, a shared song, a repeated number, a meaningful encounter, are confirmations that the spiritual world is aligning your reunion. Your heart may feel anxious or impatient, but the angels remind you that sacred love is never rushed. It arrives when hearts are healed, when spirits are ready, and when God has perfected the alignment of circumstances. Now, imagine your souls approaching one another in a space of divine clarity. No masks, no pretense, no lingering fear. Only truth, honesty, and love flowing freely, as it was always meant to. Your soulmate sees you fully, and in that moment the angels say, all past misunderstandings dissolve, all regrets are washed in the light of grace, and only the sacred bond of divine love remains. Beloved, this is why heaven's message is so urgent. Do not ignore it. Do not close your heart to the stirring of faith. Do not dismiss the subtle signs that whisper of reunion. Every small nudge, every inner confirmation Is God preparing both of you for a sacred, unshakable connection? As it is written, "And above all these put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony." Colossians 3:14. ESV, your love, refined by prayer and patience, is being bound in perfect harmony, and heaven is orchestrating the circumstances for it to manifest. Beloved, be ready for a call, a message, a meeting, or even a divine sense of clarity that moves your heart instantly. The angels say, this is the moment your faith meets manifestation. This is the moment where prayer, patience, and divine timing converge. Your soulmate has asked heaven to deliver this message, and now it is unfolding in ways both seen and unseen. You may feel emotions rise, hope, joy, awe, or even tears. And that is the Spirit confirming that divine love is alive, moving and awakening fully within both your hearts. So, beloved, continue to pray, continue to walk in faith, continue to trust that God is not only listening, but actively guiding the steps of your soulmate toward you. If this message has reached your soul, pause to reflect, to breathe, and to whisper gratitude to God. Share this message with someone who needs divine reassurance. Your support allows these sacred words to touch more hearts, to bring comfort, hope, and spiritual awakening to souls who are longing for love, peace, and connection. Beloved, the angels leave you with this final truth. Your love story is unfolding. It is being orchestrated by heaven itself. It is guided by prayer, aligned by faith, and destined to reveal the profound beauty of a love that is eternal, divine, and sacred. Rest in this truth, beloved. Stay in hope, stay in peace, stay in the knowledge that what has been prayed for cannot be denied. Your soulmate's heart is awakening, your prayers are being answered, and heaven is delivering the great news, a reunion of love that has always been written in the stars. Signs, preparation, and the path forward, beloved. As your spirit rests in the stillness of divine love, the angels invite you to awaken fully to the sacred signs surrounding you. Do not overlook the subtle movements of heaven, the gentle reminders in your day, the whispers in your heart, and the quiet moments of clarity that seem too tender to ignore. Your soulmate's prayer continues to ripple through the spiritual realm, and now heaven is orchestrating signs for your eyes and spirit to see. Perhaps you will notice a familiar song playing at a moment of reflection, or a message sent that feels perfectly timed, or even a dream that brings you peace and a sense of guidance. These are not coincidences, beloved. They are divine confirmations, signals that your hearts are being aligned even when you feel distance. The angels say, your soulmate is being guided to understand the depths of your connection. They are being shown visions of what was true, what was sacred, and what was never meant to be lost. They are remembering the patience, the kindness, and the faith you carried, and their heart is opening to the truth they once could not see. Beloved, preparation is now your sacred task. Heaven asks you to align your own heart with God's plan. Release fears, release doubt, release the weight of past pain, and make space for the love that is coming. As it is written, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7 NIV. Your worries are not yours to carry alone. God is lifting them, preparing your heart to receive what is already on its way. Notice the small nudges that point to alignment. A text that rekindles hope, a conversation that shifts old energy, a moment of synchronicity that seems orchestrated by divine hands. These are not random. They are part of the sacred choreography of your reunion. Your soulmate is being refined in patience, in understanding, and in faith. They are learning to communicate with honesty, to act with intention, and to approach your connection not from fear, but from love. The angels remind you that love this profound does not arrive hastily. It flows steadily, gracefully, and in perfect harmony with God's will. Beloved, reflect on your own heart. Are you ready to receive this love fully? Are you willing to step? Go forward in trust, in peace, and in openness. Heaven is preparing both of you so that when your paths cross, it is not by accident, but by divine design, synchronized to the rhythm of God's perfect timing. As it is written, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9, NIV. Your courage is the bridge between prayer and manifestation. Your faith is the vessel that carries the divine reunion into reality. Angels now encourage you to actively prepare your space, not just physically but spiritually. Pray, meditate, and release anything that may block the flow of love. Visualize your heart open, ready, and radiant, so that when your soulmate's spirit aligns with yours, you can meet in the fullness of love, clarity, and divine purpose. You may begin to notice shifts in your environment, people appearing at just the right time, opportunities arising that guide you closer to clarity, and moments of serendipity that remind you that you are not alone. These are gifts from heaven, gently steering your soul toward alignment with your soulmate's awakening heart. The angels say, do not try to force interactions or control timing, for divine love unfolds in its own sacred pace. Instead, cultivate inner peace, trust, and patience. Your soulmate's heart is moving, and your own spirit is being prepared. The convergence is inevitable when both hearts are ready in faith and humility. Beloved, know this truth deeply. Every prayer, every tear, every act of patience has been noticed by God. Every moment of longing has been sanctified and refined. Your love story is being written in divine ink, and every chapter brings you closer to the fulfillment of heaven's promise. As it is written, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31, KJV. Beloved, your waiting is not passive. It is sacred preparation. You are being lifted, strengthened, and prepared for the joy of reunion. The angels encourage you to trust in the unseen. Even if you cannot yet sense the complete picture, even if the timing feels delayed, heaven is orchestrating everything in perfect order. Your soulmate's awakening, their prayer, and your readiness are converging. Now is the time to affirm your faith daily. Speak words of trust, of peace, and of love to your own heart. Acknowledge that the divine plan is unfolding and surrender all anxiety, doubt, or fear into God's hands. The angels say that this act of surrender opens the final doors for your soulmate's heart to move toward yours. Beloved, remember to honor the signs, a sudden feeling of warmth, a message that resonates deeply, a vision in your mind of a joyful reunion. All are confirmations that your prayers are aligned with heaven's design. The angels remind you that these are not illusions. They are spiritual nudges, messages that your connection is being restored and strengthened. Your role now is clear. Remain patient, remain faithful, remain aligned with divine truth. Do not doubt what you cannot yet see. Do not fear the silence. It is fertile ground for spiritual growth, and above all, know that the love that is returning to you is blessed, sacred, and prepared to endure all trials. As it is written, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. The Proverbs 19:21 NIV. Your heart's desire, your soulmate's prayer, and God's perfect plan are converging, and the angels are guiding every step. Beloved, take a deep breath and feel the peace that arises from this truth. Your connection is sacred. Your love is divine. Your reunion is being orchestrated in ways that surpass human understanding. If this message touches your soul, share it with those in need of reassurance. Pause to offer gratitude to heaven and consider supporting the continuation of these sacred messages so that more hearts may hear the whisper of angels guiding them toward love, faith, and hope. Beloved, Part 5 will deepen this guidance further. revealing how to recognize divine nudges, interpret spiritual signs, and strengthen your heart for the moment of true reunion that heaven is preparing. Until then, remain in faith, walk in peace, and trust that God's plan for your love is already in motion. Recognizing divine signs and preparing your heart, beloved, as your spirit opens to the gentle whispers of heaven, know that the angels are guiding you toward awareness, a sacred awareness of the signs that surround you, the subtle nudges that reveal the movement of your soulmate's heart, and the moments when God is speaking directly to your soul. Every heartbeat you feel, every sudden sense of peace, every memory that surfaces with tenderness, these are not coincidences, beloved. They are sacred messages, carefully placed by the Spirit to guide you, to reassure you, and to prepare you for what is coming. The angels say, your soulmate is being awakened in ways that mirror your own growth. They are learning patience, humility, and the courage to approach love with clarity. They are beginning to recognize that the distance between you was not punishment, but preparation, refining their heart to meet yours in alignment with divine timing. Beloved, the signs may appear in simple, everyday moments, a song that reminds you of them, a dream that brings clarity and calm, a message, perhaps unsent, that carries the weight of prayer, or even a sudden thought that lifts your spirit unexpectedly. Notice these moments, honor them, and trust that they are heaven's hand guiding you. As it is written, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119:105, ESV. These signs are the lamps along the path that God is illuminating for you, leading you steadily toward your reunion and preparing your heart to recognize your soulmate when the time is right. Beloved, preparation is not passive. It is a sacred alignment of your spirit with God's truth. Release fear, release doubt, release the urge to control timing or outcome. Instead, meditate on love, faith, and patience. Allow your heart to rest in the knowledge that God is orchestrating every detail. Your soulmate's heart is moving even now. They are becoming aware of the ways they may have misunderstood, the ways they may have doubted, and the ways they are being led back to you in divine timing. The angels say, every small step they take is guided by prayer and the Spirit, bringing them closer to the clarity and courage needed to reunite with you fully. Beloved, your role is to meet them in this sacred space of readiness. Your heart, refined through trials and strengthened by patience, must remain open to receive love that is both healing and divine. Do not fear the intensity of emotions that may arise. They are the Spirit confirming that your hearts are aligned and that heaven is moving to bring you together. As it is written, wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14, NIV. Waiting is not inactivity, it is preparation. It is the time when your heart learns to trust fully, to rest in faith, and to open itself completely to the love that is returning. Beloved, the angels now remind you of the power of prayer. Pray for your soulmate, not to control them, but to bless them, guide them, and align their spirit with divine love. Pray for yourself, not to force outcomes, but to prepare your heart for clarity, peace, and sacred readiness. Every prayer strengthens the spiritual connection, and every act of faith moves the reunion closer. Notice, beloved, the gentle confirmations around you, a flutter of intuition, a message that resonates deeply, a recurring symbol or number that awakens remembrance. These are heaven's signals that your love is being restored, that your hearts are awakening in unison, and that your reunion is imminent in divine timing. The angels say you are being prepared to meet your soulmate with grace, to recognize the transformation in their spirit, and to respond from a place of love, wisdom, and faith. Do not rush, do not push, and do not doubt. Every element of your journey has been designed by God. And every step taken by your soulmate is guided by prayer and the Spirit. Beloved, now is the time to cultivate sacred patience. Reflect on your own growth, your own healing, and the ways your heart has been refined to receive love fully. As it is written, love is patient, love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 NIV. This love is what is returning to you, a love tempered by divine intention and spiritual awakening. Remember, beloved, that the angels are always near. They are guiding both your heart and your soulmates, illuminating the signs, and preparing the way for a reunion that is both sacred and lasting. Trust the timing, trust the signs, and trust the Spirit that moves invisibly but powerfully. If this message touches your heart, pause to give thanks, share it with someone who needs reassurance, and consider supporting the continuation of these sacred words, so that more souls can feel the peace, hope, and divine guidance that comes from heaven. Beloved, Part 6 will continue this journey, revealing even more signs, practical spiritual guidance, and the ways your reunion is being manifested step by step in the spiritual realm. Until then, stay in faith, remain in peace, and trust that the prayers of heaven, the stirring in your heart, and your soulmate's awakening are all converging for a divine reunion, divine confirmation, and sacred reunion, beloved. As your heart rests in the gentle presence of heaven, know that this is the moment where clarity begins to shine fully upon your path. The prayers, the patience, and the divine guidance you have received are converging now, and the angels invite you to witness the awakening of your soulmate's heart as it aligns with yours. The Spirit is moving in ways that may seem invisible, yet each movement carries profound significance. Your soulmate is being softened by grace, guided by prayer, and illuminated by God's light. They are remembering the depth of your bond, the sacred moments you shared, and the eternal truth that love between two souls created by God cannot be broken. Beloved, pay attention to the sacred signs. A message arriving at just the right time, a dream that stirs your soul with hope, a feeling of warmth, light, or peace. These are heaven's affirmations that your reunion is approaching. The angels say, do not doubt these whispers. They are the language of love speaking directly from God, and they are meant to guide you to faith, readiness, and alignment. Your soulmate is being shown the truth of your connection. They are being healed from past mistakes, freed from fear, and moved to step into your heart with honesty and humility. The angels reveal that their prayers, their tears, and their longings have been heard. God has answered them through divine timing, guidance, and the subtle miracles that lead hearts to one another. As it is written, many waters cannot quench love. Rivers cannot sweep it away. Song of Solomon 8:7 NIV. Beloved, this love is unstoppable. It is eternal, divinely protected, and aligned with heaven's purpose. Even if the world seems uncertain, even if circumstances appear distant, God is moving every detail, orchestrating every step toward the sacred reunion of your hearts. The angels say, your role now is to remain in faith and clarity. Continue to nurture your spirit with prayer, gratitude, and peace. Release any lingering doubts, any fears of rejection, and any need to control the outcome. When both hearts are aligned, your reunion will occur in perfect harmony, guided by divine timing and surrounded by the blessing of heaven. Beloved, your soulmate's awakening is accompanied by subtle signs. They may feel a sudden clarity in their decisions, an unexplainable sense of direction, or the urge to reach out, even quietly, in ways that honor both hearts. Heaven is orchestrating circumstances so that both of you can meet in truth, without pretense, without fear, and in the fullness of love. As it is written, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. ESV. Your delight in God, your unwavering faith, and your patient heart are part of the alignment that makes this divine reunion possible. Beloved, The angels reveal that reconciliation is not merely a return to what was, but an elevation to what is meant to be. This love is purer, stronger, and more sacred than before. It is built not only on shared memories, but on healed wounds, awakened spirits, and hearts fully open to God's plan. Your soulmate's prayer has opened the door, and heaven is preparing every step of the path. They are being guided to approach you with honesty, courage, and faith, ready to honor the sacred connection that binds your souls. The angels say, even now, invisible threads of light connect your hearts, leading them gently toward the moment of reunion. Beloved, recognize the subtle signs around you. Perhaps a song that moves your spirit, a message that resonates with your heart, or even a sudden feeling of warmth and love. These are heaven's confirmations that the Spirit is aligning your lives and that divine love is in motion. As it is written, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6 NIV. Trust now, beloved, for the path to your soulmate is being illuminated. Your faith is the magnet that draws divine love into your life, and your heart is the sacred vessel prepared to receive it fully. The angels say, do not fear the emotions that arise. Joy, anticipation, even tears of longing are sacred expressions of divine alignment. Allow your heart to feel, to receive, and to trust. Every prayer, every act of faith, every moment of patience has brought you to this point. Beloved, imagine the moment your hearts meet in perfect harmony. No words are necessary, for your spirits recognize one another immediately. All past misunderstandings dissolve, all regrets are washed in the light of divine love, and only the sacred bond remains, eternal and unbreakable. Your soulmate's prayer has been answered. Heaven has delivered the great news. The time for awakening, alignment, and reunion has arrived. The angels remind you, receive this love with an open heart. Walk forward with faith, and trust that what God has prepared cannot fail. If this message has touched your spirit, pause and offer gratitude to heaven. Share it with someone in need of hope, and support the continuation of these sacred messages, so more hearts can hear the whispers of angels guiding them to love, faith, and divine fulfillment. Beloved, your journey does not end here. Your love story is unfolding in real time, guided by heaven, anchored in prayer, and destined to manifest in beauty, peace, and divine alignment. Trust the signs, follow your heart, and rest in the knowledge that God has delivered the great news your soulmate prayed for, and your sacred reunion is being written in the stars.